welcome back to my channel. So today is the start of a surprise reading vlog that I'm super duper excited for. So I have 3 books by Morgan Matson, and I'm really excited to read some of her stuff. A while back I heard that if you like Casey West, you're not gonna like Morgan Matson. But if you like Morgan Matson, you're not gonna like Casey West. I don't know how true that is. With Casey West, she's a very hit or miss author with me. I've loved 3 of her books, and he did 2 of her books. So odds are better that I'll like her, but not always. So I wanted to try Morgan Matson. I have to go to work. So I'm like on the way out. But I'm going to start with Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. Duh. Which is the book I've owned the longest. And Michael said that this was one of her favorites of Morgan Matson's. But the thing that scares me is that she's so floppy. She's so big. So it kind of intimidates me. I mean, it's not that big, but for a contemporary, it's pretty big. Update for this secret project of reading all of Morgan Matson's books, at least the ones that I physically own. I own 3 out of 5 of them, so I figured if I read all 3 of them, we could determine if Morgan Matson is the type of author that I want to keep reading. And I just started this project yesterday, and I've already finished this big chunky book, Since You've Been Gone. So it's like a big floppy paperback, which I love, but I've been avoiding this book because it's so darn chunky. But I got through it in one day. 449 pages since yesterday. This was so cute. So you follow Emily, whose best friend Sloane has gone missing without saying anything to her. Her and her family are just gone. And she's trying to adjust to life without her best friend until she gets a letter that is actually like a list from Sloane. And I love the list aspect in books, but in this one it's particularly cute because it's like a list of 10 things that Emily has to do to kind of get herself out of her shell and just to live a happy life. And Emily does everything on the list because she thinks that it'll lead to Sloane. And that's the entire setup of the book. It was just adorable. Definitely a 5 out of 5 stars, and I just adored it. So I have 2 other books by this author, and I thought I would keep reading because, oh my gosh, it just made me so happy. It's just a really cute, happy read, and I want something else like that. So I know this one's a little more hard-hitting, which is definitely more up my alley than something just fluffy and cute, which I think Since You've Been Gone definitely was. So I am going to try Amy and Roger's Epic Detour. This follows Amy and Roger, but Amy has just lost her dad in a car accident, so she doesn't want to drive when her family moves away. She has to drive the car across the country. She doesn't want to go alone, so she has Roger, the family friend, drive, and then there's a road trip and love, and I'm ready for it. I know there's going to be some topics that are more hard-hitting than this one, but I'm ready for it. Reading update for the Secret Morgan Matson project. Oops, I read the whole thing without updating you. I guess I really enjoyed it. It put me in the mood for a road trip. This was a really cute romance between Amy and Roger, who at the beginning of the novel don't want to drive together. They're kind of reluctant. They don't remember each other because apparently they're childhood friends, or their families are. And this is like a very slow burn love. And it was so adorable. And then you also have heavier topics, like the fact that Amy just lost her dad a few months ago, and she's dealing with the grief of all of that, and you kind of see her come to terms with her dad's death and things that were not part of her control. And it was just written so beautifully that I could not put it down. I read this in one day, just like Since You've Been Gone. I did very much so enjoy this, so I'm going to give it 4 stars. And I enjoyed Since You've Been Gone just a little bit more. I'm not sure what was missing with this one for me. It just didn't quite hit the 5-star mark, but I still very much enjoyed it. So that means that we only have 1 book left of Morgan Matson that I have to read. And that is Save the Date. Right here. Save the date! Ooh. I actually have a reading update for you. I'm finishing the last book in the Morgan Matson reading challenge, and I am reading Save the Date. I am 200 pages in, 159 pages, and I don't love it. It's kind of mediocre, especially compared to the other 2 books that I just read by Morgan Matson. I think I'm going to keep reading it for this challenge, but I'm kind of bored. It follows a whole family at Charlie's sister's wedding, and everything just seems to be going wrong. It sounds really good. It's just kind of slow. I feel like this would be the type of rom-com that I would love to watch, but reading it is not as much fun. last reading update of the Morgan Matson reading challenge. So I finished Save the Date, and yesterday I was telling you that I was having a hard time getting into it, and I was, but this by far has the best ending of any Morgan Matson that I read. I very much so enjoyed the ending because I don't think this is a spoiler. It's not. Okay, so it says that Charlie's family is coming back to their house for one last weekend together before their parents sell their house, and it's like the end of an era and the end of everything that she knew growing up, which I could relate to a lot because my dad sold my childhood home a few years ago and I'm still not over it. But that's fine, you know. He got a better place that he likes more and he's doing really good. But I can definitely relate to Charlie in saying goodbye to... You're not just saying goodbye to your house, though. You're saying goodbye to the memories and everything, or at least that's how she felt at first. And by the end, you kind of get how messed up, like, life can be, and crazy and chaotic, and how to live with it and love it for what it is, because life isn't always picture perfect, but you can make the best of what you have. And that is a great message that I got from this book. The first, like, half was a little bit slow for me, but I'm gonna give it 4 stars nonetheless because I just really, really enjoyed that ending. If you enjoyed this vlog challenge thing, whatever it is, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will catch you guys in the next video.